This is a critical incident community briefing about an officer-involved shooting that occurred July 5, 2020, near Riverside Drive and Reservoir Avenue in the city of Chino, near the Chino-Pomona border. This critical incident community briefing will utilize information obtained as part of the ongoing investigation that includes, but is not limited to, 911 calls, surveillance video, and body-worn camera footage. The body-worn cameras are worn at chest level and capture a general perspective of what is in the camera view. Footage may or may not reflect what an officer actually sees. The officers involved were Manny Rodriguez, Edgar Rodriguez, and Sergeant Rick Aguiar. The suspect was identified as 35-year-old Matthew Blake Dixon. Pomona police officers were first on scene after receiving multiple reports about a man who brandished and pointed a gun at multiple people. It was also reported that he attempted to carjack one of them. After a search that took several minutes, officers located the suspect in an industrial area near the Chino-Pomona border. The shooting occurred when the suspect assumed a shooting stance and pointed a gun at officers. The shooting is the subject of 3 comprehensive and independent investigations. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department will conduct the criminal investigation into the actions of the suspect and the officers. Once completed, the investigation will be submitted to the San Bernardino County District Attorney's Office for review. The Pomona Police Department will also review the case to evaluate and determine if the use of deadly force adhered to the department's policies and procedures. No conclusions will be made until the investigations are completed. A word of caution. The images and language you are about to see and hear may be disturbing, especially to young viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. The incident began with a call for service at the Jack in the Box in the city of Pomona and concluded near Reservoir Avenue and Riverside Drive in the city of Chino. The Pomona and Chino police departments received multiple 911 calls describing a man walking openly with a gun in his hand near the Jack in the Box in the 2700 block of South Reservoir Street in Pomona and near Reservoir Avenue and Riverside Drive in Chino. One caller said the suspect pointed the gun, causing him to veer off the side of the road and crash his Nissan Rogue. Another reported the suspect pointed a gun at her in what was deemed to be an attempted carjacking. The first call came from a Jack in the Box employee. Here's an excerpt of the call.
Pomona Police Operator 30, can I help you?
Excuse me, I got a call from a lady that was driving to the drive-thru. That she saw a guy with a gun.
Okay.
Outside the Jack in the Box, we're right here Lesterboard and Walnut by the 60 freeway.
You're on the Reservoir one? Okay. So a customer called and told you that?
Yeah, a customer that was passing by.
Okay. And did they say what the person looked like?
No, she just said it was skinny and wearing like a gray shirt like that.
And it was a man?
A man, yeah.
Okay, so he was male white, he was thin, wearing a gray shirt?
Like he was next to a gray car.
But he had a gray shirt also?
Yeah.
The second 911 call came from the area near South Reservoir Street and Walnut.
911, operator 17, state your emergency.
I was driving on the street and a guy stopped in the middle of the road and pointed a gun at me and I just whipped my car into the grass.
You're showing by Reservoir, does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Are you like in an industrial area?
Yeah, he's running. He's running through bushes, he's running.
Okay, sir, listen, do you have a description of it? Is he white, black, Hispanic, Asian?
White, with a hat, a black hat, gray shirt, and jeans on.
So you think it was a gun that he was holding?
It was 100% a gun.
Here is a photo of the traffic collision. Several minutes later, the Chino Police Department also received a call of a man walking openly with a gun, pointing it at drivers.
Chino Police Department, this is Emily.
There's a white male, he looks like in his 20s, and he's pointing a handgun at all the cars.
He's pointing a handgun at the drivers?
Yes.
And I'm sorry, sir, it was really hard for me to hear you. Where is this happening?
It is on Riverside Drive, and I think the street is Reservoir.
So he's standing on the street pointing guns at people?
Yes.
And can you see him, or?
No, we drove away when he was pointing a gun at everybody.
Around the same time, a woman who said the suspect tried to carjack her called 911.
Chino Police, Brianna.
CHP with a transfer for a male with a gun at Reservoir Street and Riverside Drive. You tried to get into the RP vehicle.
I was getting ready to make a left turn on Riverside, but then he was coming at me, and I saw that he had a gun, and he was pointing it at me.
Okay, what kind of vehicle was he in? Was he in a vehicle?
No, he was on the street, like he was walking. He was not in any vehicle. He was walking, and he's probably now on Reservoir. I'm just scared that he's gonna, you know.
Okay, it's okay, ma'am. Are you in a safe place now?
Yeah, I pulled over.
Okay, you pulled over. Okay.
Okay,
It's okay now. We're going to have officers en route, okay?
Officers arrived in the area and observed the suspect fleeing with the gun into an industrial area.
No white, black hat, blue shirt, blue jeans. And brown boots.
Copy, suspect in all white wearing a black hat, blue shirt, blue jeans, and brown boots.
It's going to be a black semi-automatic handgun.
Pomona officers began searching for the suspect. The suspect fled with the weapon from the area of Reservoir and Walnut into a nearby industrial area. Here is body-worn camera footage of officers searching the area.
Hey, those units responding, watch the bushes, because he was trying to hide in one of them.
There's a boot right here.
Watch those bushes. I can't see behind that bush right there. Hey, just come to our location. I think he's going to be between these warehouses. And watch our units because I think he's doubling back. Hat right there. Where? Right down the floor. Hey, he ditched the hat. Yep. He's running west, just north of our units, if you see them. And Pomona, be advised, he ditched one boot and he has no hat now.
Pomona officers found the suspect several minutes later near a loading dock. Officers ordered him to put up his hands, but he didn't comply.
We see him last see him here? We check this ride? Huh? Your height? Gray shirt, right?
Riverside and Reservoir.
Hey, make sure you're listening because it's hard for me to hear. Let me see your fucking hands, dude! Hey, I got him over here, I think, underneath this semi. You see him?
The suspect emerged in a shooting stance and an officer-involved shooting occurred.
Hey, wait!
Drop it! Drop
the gun!
Drop the fucking gun! Drop the fucking gun!
Drop the gun! I got it. 908, suspect's down.
Get off the air!
Put your glove down. Put your glove down.
Yeah, we're good.
Good?
Yeah,
Good?
I got gloves. I'll have a rest.
Hold on. Hold on. Make sure he's down. Suspect!
Hey, release your hands!
Let me see your hand!
Let me see your hands!
Suspect still has the gun, still moving.
Here is footage from another angle.
Where'd he go? Drop the fucking gun!
Here is a screenshot that shows the suspect in a shooting stance.
you have any medical bag, medical kit? Get whatever medical you can get right now.
Do you want me to leave the firearm there?
What's that?
Do you want me to leave the firearm there?
Grab the weapon, make it safe.
Here is a photo of the gun that was recovered at the scene. It was later determined to be an airsoft gun. The suspect succumbed to his injuries at the scene. It is currently unknown to what extent drugs or alcohol may have played in the suspect's behavior, as the toxicology results from the coroner's office are not yet available. The information in this briefing is based on a preliminary and ongoing investigation. Our understanding of the facts and circumstances may change as additional evidence is collected and analyzed. The job of a police officer is difficult and dangerous. As this case demonstrates, officers often must react to unpredictable circumstances, sometimes in a fraction of a second. It is a tragedy whenever there's an officer-involved shooting, for the families of those involved, for the officers, and for the police department. Thank you for watching this critical incident community briefing.